don't need anything in my cooler, microwave, or anything like that. To set the new IP,
Copy the command
and
to
it
set the new
accepts
IP.
completed successfully. Click search, and you'll notice it didn't change status. Occasionally, these nodes need a kickstart to start the sync process, and in a later, and we didn't have this function initially here on E&M, but I think since L18, one of the third or fourth quarter, they added this initiate CM sync button. So as soon as you highlight the node, you get a little checkbox here that's checked, and you click that initiate CM sync button. It asks you, are you sure? Yes. And then it'll complete the sync, and you click OK. And then when you search again, you'll see that it's actually started the synchronization. And it's actually a very good upgrade that we got when they added that, because we had a lot of nodes that would go unsync and stay unsync for quite a while before they just finally started synchronizing. We tried all kinds of things, rebooting the node, making null changes, doing all kinds of things, trying to get it to start the synchronization, and nothing was working, at least not, it wasn't, like it would work once and it wouldn't work. It wasn't consistent. Whatever we did, it would work sometimes, wouldn't work other times. So this initiate CM sync button seems to always work. So it's a good thing. So once we get the synchronization initiated, we'll save the CD. Dark fiber OAM. And then we'll change directory to the my dark fiber subdirectory, and then list out the files. And before I run anything, I'll block the cells. So block FTD. Yeah, that's interesting. It's almost acting like I lost connectivity. Let me log. So Control C to stop everything, and then I'm gonna log back into it. Looks like it's going to work now. All right, so let's just double check, make sure that they're actually locked, and they are. So now we're going to run the script 0 called delete. And then we'll T-Run I, and we're looking for HO 25XE 112 1900 bearer strips. And this adds the bearer side backhaul config back in with the new IPs. And then we'll save the CV. Oh, actually, first thing, so you don't forget, you should unlock the cell. So deblock FTD. And then save the CV. Start fiber bearer. And then reboot. Yes, 2-0 reactive hold. CME. So that looks good. Cells are back up. Check alarms. Nothing yet. And we should have call processing back. And yep, that looks good. So now we're going to delete the neighbors. So ST-term lists them out. And we'll do a DEL complete term point to Eno D. Save the CV. Start fiber complete. And reboot again. Wow. Yeah, P2. Hold. Minutes. In test reload. We will start reloading.
That's issued to Kevin Paskey,
DBAAM, space minus all.
PAA.
And you'll see that it's not.
Yeah, PAASKE.
And it's not,
Dean.
it's actually connecting.
Five.
Connecting means that it's disconnected, right? So, it's not
Yes.
connected. So, so we're gonna delete it and re-add it, but in order to delete it, we have to disconnect it.
It is.
So right now. it's
357285.
You have to do a logical disconnect.
Luke.
And,
Last name is Garcia?
I said this before, his command is case sensitive, so you have to use the capital D on disconnect.
Yes.
So
Yes,
that'll take a
roof,
little bit of time.
no overhead.
In the meantime, that, 1900 dust is back up.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
It's a normal alarm.
So this room right here is the room.
We got plenty of call processing. Still call processing on the 800.
This room here?
Next to the,
Okay, in between the batteries and the electrical. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you.
Alright. Logical disconnect completed. So we will, back up one level to the subnetwork level, which is where we need to do this delete. So that delete command will take that AEM out of the GEMS MCLI. And just FYI, the AEM is still working out in the field at this point. All we're doing is removing it from the management system, but it's still, the AEM can still be operable in call processing. Taking it out of this GEMS is not service impacting. All right, so now we're going to add it back. It's a new IP. And in order to figure out what DBA AEM number or slot that it's in, we'll try adding it again, and it'll give us an error, and it'll tell us where it re-added it. And we will CD to that. And we'll do an action connect. And then get space minus all. And you can see right now it's connected to Discovery current, which is all good. And it's syncing. All right, so it's pulling information back in from the AEM, and you do a get space minus all again, and you'll see this public key authentication failure, and you'll see that it's sync of state out sync, which is not good. In order to get it to synchronize, we have to clear this authentication failure. So we're going to SSH to the AEM as the emergency user. So it's SSH AEM emerge user at the new IP. And I will get my commands here from my trusty cheat sheet. And run them in, and it logs back out. And do a get space minus all. You see that error is cleared. And now you're connected to Discover Current and sync up with a valid backup file, including the full path to the file. All right. After you delete it and re-add it, you lose the instance display name. We have to put that back in. And get space minus all and verify that it's there. In the meantime, our 1900 DBA is finished loading. So we will surf it IP, so we would say no. And check alarms. And we don't want to ping. So now to check coffee in the AEM, we have to SSH to the node. It's a standard admin account. And we'll do a show card all. Verify we're in the right node. And then we run that shell command, show active calls, and you can see all the EBDO sessions that are up. Quite a few. And one final check, I just want to make sure that the 800 DBA is still up. And we'll do an alarm check. Call P check. Alarm check. No big deal there. And call P check. Hey Al, this is Doug. Everything's back up out of the site. I don't see any issues, and call processing is good. So if you're finished there, the whole CSR is removed. You can close the cabinet and bug out to the next site. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and post my email. Yeah, go ahead and drop that up there on the whiteboard. Okay, I see it. I'll send you the IP. All right. All right. So 586. This site has MIMO on it. All right. So I sent him those IPs. I'll just minimize that. And then I'll copy that silly. We'll double check and make sure everything's synced on the other side, and it is. And you can see this one has 5G and MIMO. That G node B is the 5G node. And you have your two buses, and then 3 massive MIMO DBUs. So we'll get logged into these. All right, that should be the 1900. That's the 800. That's 5G. Hmm. Oh, that's the 5G again, I didn't want that. There we go. That's Massive MIMO Alpha. And that's Beta. And Gamma. Those are consecutively numbered, or at least they have been so far. So, there's the LT all first. Those are all X2 values. No big deal. All P's good. Huh. Volume D this point. So we're gonna fix that right now. Alright. That's volume C. Volume D. 3 space 88. Okay, so that's not good. CBLF. Yeah, they got too many CVs here. So we should be able to get, actually too many upgrade packages. So we should be able to get these first two that have 0 CVs deleted. So we'll do a DEL. That guy. And it says it may take up to 30 minutes, and God, I hope not. Usually it takes a couple minutes. Here, I thought that we were deleting these out when we did software upgrades, but I don't know what number we put as a limit. And now let's delete this guy.
Douglas? Hi, Douglas.
Yeah, I'm here.
Right, but I think this site is completed.
Yeah, we're all done, and we're doing pre-checks on.
And okay, God is still on site at 112?
I'm not sure if Al is still there, but we're.
Boss, are you there?
I think he's left, but you should be able to post-check that the door's closed.
Actually, Doug, we need to elevate one port here, port number 26, which is 13.
You need to attenuate it, but sometimes it takes a while to clear. Let's see what the volumes look like. Yeah, we're up to 371 free space, and this is the minimum is 100. So we were at 88, and now we're at 371. So we should be good. Sometimes it takes 5 or 10 minutes for that alarm to clear. There, it's gone. All right. So yeah, that if you get disk-based alarms like that, you should clear those before you start. Make sure you don't run into any problems. And usually, the quick and easy fix for that is just look for CD, not CDs, but look for upgrade packages that have no live CDs and just delete those. There's no impact to doing that. And if they do have live CDs, generally you just take the oldest one, and that you can tell which one's the oldest. That one, the first one I deleted was L17. So yeah, you can easily delete all the CDs associated with it, and then delete the upgrade package. A lot of times just one will do it, but usually I'll just delete any upgrade package that doesn't have any CDs on it. Okay, so that alarm's cleared, and I remember correctly, Call P was good on here, and it is. And these 5G nodes are kind of interesting. Because you'll notice they don't have they don't have MME, and they don't have TDDs, they don't have FDDs. But they do have I don't know if you've noticed that on the other cells, the regular LTE buses, they have EU trans cells. Well, these have G trans cells. So if I do TR, you'll see that, let me do a ST cell. And so they don't have STDs or FTDs, or TDDs or FTDs. They have these NR cell DUs. How we check call processing on them, I'm not sure. All we really do is they just look at stats in the CSR. We haven't figured out how to check call processing yet. It's something that I'm still waiting on an answer for. Initially, when we rolled these over, they were all locked. The cells were all locked down. So, but now this is an example of one that's actually turned up and live. And that's what we're looking for, that the cell is unlocked, enabled, and is on. MIMO units are going to be a lot more straightforward. So if you do an LTL, STMME, and these have TDDs, and then you reprint.
Dad, what the heck happened to you?
Huh?
What the heck happened to you?
Mama, why does it say mama answer the phone and record it?
Right.
No. I'm videoing. I actually have to get off of here because I'm in training and I'm videoing the training.
If you do run UE printed midway to check actual copy, but it hasn't been shared with us yet. And then this last memo. And then we'll start this site.